'Tis I. Begin to really explain or describe what this has done for me and added to what I can do. But I'm going live to simply let you all know that yes, this war is on, to organize and summarize and suggest, and it is just second level. If you know what its strengths are and where its limits are, and that is a lengthy and uncomfortable process. But once you've got it, you're able to wield this like a tool it's just priceless. I can't put it into words. I am not only going to win this case for me, I am going to, when it is over, obviously I'm suing the city, the police, the county, the people whose dog attacked me and all that, right? But outside of all of that, I am going to be, and I wish I could convey all of this so cool. Oh, God, it's like trying to fit, it's like a matrix plug in your head. I can't give it all verbally. Go. Here's what I did with AI. Here's what can be done with AI. Here's how you can use it with AI. You no longer have to be me. You no longer have to have whatever requirements. You can still resist and fight with AI, with safety, from a distance, against these people. Like, I'm in a fugue state. AI is just, the recording, because, you know, the quality is crap. I recorded the phone call and had AI listen to it. I'm just overwhelmed. Excuse me. It's difficult to manage because of the totality of the potential of everything I've been doing over the past month. I quit my job. I haven't worked a job in a month. I'm like, F it. I have money. F it. Why go to a job when I can sit and learn about AI? I am molding this to our purposes, and even if it was fully fleshed out, I wouldn't tell you exactly what's coming. How about an artificial, intelligent... I'm stumbling. What if there was an artificially intelligent public defender program? Or lawyer in general? And what if it was just a tool for education? And what if it made perfect sense? Here's the phone call. I open it, and this is just me just talking normally to a prosecutor. This is what AI recorded, okay? Or maybe you would just like to take a message. How would you like to proceed, ma'am? This is what I said. She asks, how are you related to the case? I say, I am the defendant. She says, okay, then yes, I can leave a note for the attorney. I say, she asks, do you have that case number for me? I say, yes, I do. Before I give it to you, I'd like to let you know that I'm live streaming this conversation on YouTube privately. And that I'm having an artificial intelligence program listen to you speak live because I'm getting legal assistance from it because the judge is not allowing me to have legal assistance. And you all don't understand. I'm about to call half a dozen lawyers in the local area, tell them my case number, and say, this is what I want. And all I want is you to be standby counsel, and I want you to do one thing and one thing only. Nothing else. I want you to communicate with the prosecutor's office as my standby counsel, not representing me, that you, as a bar member, are requesting to know whether or not factual evidence has been given, whether or not any documentation regarding the element of jurisdiction the judge admitted I was presumed innocent of, as part of being presumed innocent, if any documentation has passed between the prosecutor's office and the court. As of yet, yes or no. That's all I want you to get is a yes or no to has it passed, yes or no. If you get that answer, you let me know and we'll go from there. That's all I want. Half a dozen can do it. To which I'm going to say no. All right. Sorry for the sidetrack. Let's continue. God, you just don't understand. You don't understand. I'm living in 1984. In that courtroom, that is not America. I prepared for a month ago to be in jail for a year. My trial is scheduled for now the 27th. The 27th of August, I have to prepare to be in jail for a year. This is so awesome. Okay, where was I? Because judge will not have. With that said, the case number is, here's the case number. She says, okay, it looks like Mr. Murphy is the attorney on this case. What message can I give to him? I say, before I do, can I have your full name and position? And it's not to hold you accountable. It's just so I can tell the judge that I spoke to a human being and not just the prosecutor's office. She says, you can tell him that you just spoke to the receptionist. God. Just completely just insulting your intelligence. Like, it's just so rude. It's just rude. Non-responsive. So I go, man, it recorded man, but I think I said ma'am. Ma'am, that isn't going to suffice. And I'll do respect you if you want to decline to give your name. That's totally fine. I'm just making a note for the record that you're declining to give your name, so it's impossible to know who I'm speaking to or if this is in fact the prosecutor's office and I've called the right number. It is the prosecutor's attorney's office. It is, she says. I say, can I get the name of anybody there outside of Mr. Murphy? She says, I mean, Joseph McCullough? At this point, I'm like, okay, if the jury hears this, they're going to know that even the receptionist wants nothing to do with this. She won't even give a first name, okay? I've never had one of them, like a gatekeeper, I'll call them, whether it's at an attorney's office or a police officer, in 10 years, and hearing all countless stories. I've never heard of them not giving their first name. I mean, a cop has only done that a few times, and that's because they know they're, you're getting a badge number is more important. Anyway, moving on. Okay. So at this point, I figure, okay, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. Let's just move on. I've made my point. So I say, okay, so I've accomplished that. Thank you. Thank you for your consideration there. Because again, I'm not trying to. So I gave you the case number, and you would like the message now? Are you ready for it now? She says, yes. I say, okay. So I go, by the way, is this being recorded by your end? Would they just get the recording? Because I'll speak in that way. It'll be super quick and save everybody time. I was trying to format my message for efficiency, right? She says, no, sir. We don't record our phone conversation. I say, okay. I go, well, I'll give it just in these 7 quick sentences and we'll be out of here. The information I'm requesting, I've always requested and I've never forgotten. First one is, I have no idea what the jail sentence is I'm being threatened with. I don't know if it's a month, a year, or anything like that. I don't know if a defendant can be taken into custody before appeal. This was my second point. So I have this trial coming up on the 27th, right? If everything finds me guilty, I'm wondering if they can take me into custody right then and there and impose a sentence without giving anyone or having an inability to appeal. I continue. She's just remaining silent. I continue. And then next, I would like to come into that office and pick up all the discovery they have in paper format only. I would like to make an appointment to come into that office in person as soon as possible today. I will be doing so in hopes of meeting with the prosecutor, speaking with the prosecutor, and of course recording it. All right? She says nothing. I continue. My fourth point. Yep, we're rolling here. My fourth point would be that I filed a motion ready to be filed. I have to make a trip into town, right? I'm going to be filing a bunch of stuff, but that's getting filed. After I call the police, you're going to hear that call too. I'll actually give that call recording, not just say it like I am this one. To get them on black and white, Michelle is I hold no ill will toward. Michelle is a perfectly normal person, whatever. In the records department, has been doing that for 30 years in the Wentzville Police Department. Michelle, you're claiming for the record that your local city ordinance or rules, however you call them, are trumping the Missouri Sunshine State Law. And the state... God. I'm going to get messy if I get too sidetracked. Don't do that. Where am I? All right. A big former alley. Okay. My fourth point. Would be that I filed a motion to compel discovery of exculpatory evidence and to dismiss for Brady violation. And that's because your prosecutor's office is withholding exculpatory evidence. This is a legalized crime that I'll have to deal with at a later. Attorney General complain over this. Let's see, it recorded this incorrectly. They're simply direct from the records office. This is direct from the records office. Yeah. They're saying we're not going to give you the police body cam footage because our local rules trump the Missouri Sunshine Law. I'm calling them again right after this phone call to document that is in fact their 100% policy claim. So just FYI, I have to go to I have a copy of one of these cameras and the footage. And the only reason why I haven't given it is because I gave my word to the owner, because it identifies which house they're in, and then they'll be subjected to the, black sheep banishment of all the neighbors in the neighborhood. These people have all lived here for 20, 30 years, right? She remains silent. I continue. My seventh and last one is, this is where everything relies upon. All the issues pale in comparison to this one. This is the one issue I've been bringing up since day one. I'm asking the prosecutors if they've provided any documentation whatsoever regarding the element of jurisdiction that your judge admitted I am presumed innocent of. I would just like to know if any documentation has passed, yes or no. It's not what is the documentation. I just need to know if documentation regarding the element of jurisdiction, something that says the word jurisdiction on it maybe, has passed as of yet between the office and the court. These are the 7 points I'm seeking. It is all I'm seeking. I would like to come in and make an appointment to speak about these matters in person. It's clear that I am, again, a mistranslation. Okay, here's what I actually, it recorded something false. I said something like, it's clear that I'm, and this, it recorded, it's clear that I am this prosecutor's office and his judge. Obviously, that's not right. I said something like, it's clear that I'm against this prosecutor's office and this judge, right? I continue. They're all paid by the state of Missouri and licensed by the same entity, right? We're at war with each other over a political war. We're just political opponents. It's nothing personal. It's just business. I will now be quiet and listen to you. To anything you have to say. I will let the attorney know. Will you? Oh, she says, I will let the attorney know. I say, will you let them know all of these 7 points? She says, yes, I wrote them down and I will let them know. I say, thank you very much. And tell them that if I do not hear from them, which has been the case since this started last October, I will be taking this recording and all evidence of all the recordings and evidence that I'm talking to you about to the jury, and the jury will see it. And I will be pursuing this city, this prosecutor, and this police department, and the neighbor who filed these false charges of Nick Fuentes.